Yo, what's good, people? I go by the name of Killer Beezy, and we are back with another Marvel video, man. So, recently, I don't know if you guys have caught the live streams. Some of you guys have, but I know a lot of you haven't. But for a lot of you that haven't caught the live streams, man, our last like 2 live streams have literally just been us talking. We haven't played the game. We haven't sort of done no gameplay. We've literally just been talking, discussing new ideas, like, you know, what things we're frustrated at in the game, without kind of bashing and being negative at Kabam, but just like, you know, discussing new ideas and just being a voice. You know, sometimes you just need people to listen to you rant. Sometimes you just like got some built-in frustration and you just want someone to listen. You don't want them to give you no advice. You don't want them to corrupt your mind at all. You just want them to sit there, be quiet, and listen. Yeah, that's what we've been doing. And not just from my perspective. It hasn't just been me voicing, like, or me ranting, or me expressing my feelings and the chat just listening. I've been listening to what the chat's been saying as well. So one of the things I wanted to do is, although we've addressed these things in live streams, we haven't done a video necessarily talking about certain things. And there was like 3 main things that we kind of discussed over live streams. I definitely wanted to bring into a video because I thought that they alone were like game changers. So one of them is to do with like alliance grinds, I guess. Another one is to do with arena, and another one is to do with crystals, right? So we'll probably do the arena one last, and we'll touch on the crystal one first, and then we'll do the alliance one second, maybe. We'll see. That order might change as I go into talking. So basically, one of the first things that I wanted to mention is like crystals. So, looking back at the state of the game and whatnot, and the rewards that you get as you progress throughout Act 1 to 6, right? One of the main things that is very apparent for this game is, regardless of how much you grind, you are never guaranteed any specific champions, right? So you could, in effect, grind up until Act 5 and still not even have one of the what is referred to as god tier champions in the game. Now, to be honest, there is no way around that at the moment. Now, there are a few ideas. I mean, one of the basic ideas that I sort of wanted to kind of share with you guys is, I think that the 5-star Nexus crystal, the whole idea of a Nexus crystal in general is really good. Why? Because it narrows your pick down to 3 options. You've got 1 crystal, but instead of normally you just have to hope for your luck, you kind of get 3 opportunities to get someone decent. So it's a bit like having 1 5-star Nexus crystal is like opening 3 5-star basic crystals or whatever. So I definitely think Kabam needs to find a way to implement the Nexus crystals into the game, as opposed to just doing it via buying deals or doing some endgame content. Let's be honest. At this stage in the game, a lot of the endgame content should definitely be more focused on awarding 6-star material, 6-star frags, 6-star shards, and 6-star crystals. Right? I feel like the 100% in Act 5, you should definitely see some Nexus crystals in there. I feel like for the newer players, they should definitely get a shot at opening a 5-star Nexus crystal at the later stage of doing their initial completion run for Act 5. Most definitely. And the thing is, Kabam can easily do this because we've seen before where rewards have been amended prior, and if you are someone that have completed the content before, you will just automatically have those extra rewards sent to your account. So it's not impossible to do, but I definitely feel like because when new people ask me and they come to me and they say, "Oh, dude, like, that Marvel Content for Champions game that you play, man, it looks really good, like, it looks fun, like, would you recommend me downloading it and playing it?" I'll be honest with you guys, my instant thing is no, because the amount of work that you're gonna have to put in to this game and still not going to be able to catch up to nowhere near of a top level anytime soon. Like, it's crazy. It's pointless. You know, like any of my friends that are thinking about playing this game and coming to play with me, it's not going to happen. Never. Never. And I feel like, I'm not saying that you should be able to pick up this game and, you know, within a couple of months be like, oh yeah, I'm at the top level. But even if they spent money, right? And I'm not talking about ridiculous amount, just throwing your money at the game. Even if you said to yourself, right, I'm going to drop a couple of $100 on this game. I'm going to download it. I'm going to spend, let's just say 500 quid, right? Or $500, right? That is going to do nothing for you. Do you know why? Because you could jump into the game, spend 500 quid opening crystals, and the crystals that you have access to, you're going to get. You'd be lucky if you get like a 4-star Namor, maybe. I don't know. Maybe a 5-star. Yeah, like it's just not in a good place for crystals, man, and luck. And another idea that I wanted to share with you guys is like, someone mentioned the idea of an unowned champion crystal. Now, I don't know how this would work, because trying to cater a crystal to an individual's account, I can't see how that would work. That would be very difficult and complex, and I don't think it's something that would be able to bring into the game or implement into the game. But the idea of being able to open a crystal that you guarantee know you have a chance of getting one of the champions that you do not own is amazing. Now, another thing that they could do is just like how you've got the incursion crystals or dungeons crystals, whatever you guys want to call them, where you've got a bunch of different champions stacked up into groups, right? Even if they did it where you had to save a few more extra shards or whatnot, and you had literally like, I don't know, maybe let's say 5 to 8 god tier champions in this one crystal. Like, would you save up your shards a little bit more just so you had a good chance at a god tier? Yes, I would. Do you know what I mean? So for me, I'm just like, you know, looking at the game, I'm just like, why would Kabam not want their players to, or majority of their player base to have these god tier champions? Like, you know, how will it hurt the game? You know, it's not a PvP based game, so you know what is the harm going to be? There's not going to be, our players are destroying other players too much with Corvus Glaive, and the players that don't have him are starting to complain. No, if everybody had a Corvus, or majority of the community had a Corvus, so you know what I mean. So yeah, man, I definitely think that something needs to be done with regards to like, even if they had a thing where it was like, you know, when you open up a, let's just say for instance, right, you get some Grandmaster crystals, right, in the login calendar when you're uncollected, right? Let's say you open up, I don't know, let's say 5 to 10 Grandmaster crystals. If you don't get a 5-star, then your next opening is a guaranteed 5-star champion. That is definitely something that Marvel Contest of Champions should be able to implement. It's a system that is implemented in 7 Deadly Sins, and it works a treat, because, you know, if you open a certain amount of, you do a certain amount of summons and you don't get an equivalent to the highest tier character, you know that you're guaranteed one when you open your 10th one, or no, your guaranteed one comes after you've opened the 10th one. So on your next one, on the 11th opening, you know you're guaranteed one. I think they could easily implement that into Marvel Contest of Champions, man, because there's so many. When you look at all the crystals that they have, like they've got the Grandmaster crystal, they've got the Cavalier crystals, you know, they've got a few of those crystals, and they're not crystals that people would necessarily buy, but obviously you can get them from rewards by, like, obviously completing certain pieces of content. And you know, they've, like, you know, the Cavalier crystals still have 3 stars in there, bro. Like, what? And then the Grandmaster crystals have got 3 stars, 4 stars, and 5 stars. I don't know why the Cavalier crystals don't just have 4 stars, 5 stars, and 6 stars. I don't know the reason why. But, you know, that's something that they definitely need to implement, something where you have a very high chance of being rewarded when opening a crystal after a certain period of time, or just in general, because players need to get that feel of like, yeah, that was worth it. And there's so many players that have done so much endgame content and it's just like they've got nothing to show for it. They've got absolutely nothing to show for it but a bunch of champions that are never going to rank up. So sorry, I've kind of talked a bit too much. I didn't want to go into that much detail about the crystal side of things, but next I wanted to kind of discuss like the alliance base. So you know, a few people that was in my live stream was sort of expressing how they felt about alliance-based events and quests and stuff. And one of the things that was definitely apparent is the amount of time that it consumes throughout your day to constantly make sure you're logging in, to constantly make sure you're checking in. And that, why are we doing that, man? I mean, I'm down for removing timers like completely. I don't see how it benefits any alliance finishing alliance quest quicker than another alliance. You know, and if it does, they can quite easily make it so that the finishing time is not a factor in any kind of point system that they have. And I think that they should just allow people to just, you know, AQ starts at this time and finishes at this time. You just go in there and move as and when you want, you know. And if that's not a possibility, then make it so that it's permanent 30-minute timers, man. Please. Like, who wants to go out their day and constantly be checking things throughout the day, and you're at work, you come home from work, then you don't get to spend time with your family like consistently. You know how people are, like, you know, if you've got a family at home or whatnot, the last thing people are going to want to do is like, you know, you've been out. Imagine guys, you was at home, right? Imagine your missus has been out all day. She comes home, says hello to you, then she's on her phone. Like, what? Like, yeah, okay, it might be alright once or twice, but then it's like, babe, hang on. Have you seen me? I'm here, you know? And it's like, you know, and I know a lot of guys, like, you know, a lot of us were easygoing and whatnot. Not to say that there aren't a lot of women out there that are easygoing too. But, you know, like when a lot of our women want to spend time with us and whatnot, like if you're a heavy arena grinder, bro, like you're juggling your time between grinding arena and spending time with your missus. What? You ought to smack yourself, boy. But anyway, so you know, so I feel like definitely 30-minute timers at least. Don't just give it to us when it benefits you because maintenance has interrupted AQ and therefore you want to show us a gesture of goodwill. Put it in there permanently, please. People don't have to worry about or have any kind of anxiety about letting the team down or, you know, keeping somebody else awake in a different time zone up because they're waiting for their node to get cleared and you're sleeping because it's like 3 a.m. your time. And yeah, please, man. 30-minute timers permanently, please, at the least, because going on your day-to-day activities and worrying about getting signal from somewhere where you can log into AQ because you know someone else is going to be stuck and can't move past their node because they're waiting for you. It's too much, Kabam. When I play your game, I want to log in and play your game, and then when I log out to go and do other stuff, I don't want to have anxiety about, but I need to make sure I log back into Marvel Contest of Champions by this time because I need to make sure that I go in there and I don't let the team down because I need to clear somebody else. Please address that, man. Please address that. And lastly, the last point I wanted to make about arenas, man, and I don't know if everyone will agree with this, man, but it certainly is a point from me, man. Please remove obtaining characters from the arena. Now, like I said, a lot of people might not necessarily agree with me on this point, but for me, I don't think that we should be able to obtain characters by grinding arena. I don't think we should. I think that it's and if we are, okay, hear me out. If we are going to be able to obtain characters by grinding arena, it should be in a tier-based system, not a top percentage system. And what I mean by that is, okay, say you split arena brackets just like you do with Alliance War leaderboard brackets, right? So say you've got Master, then you've got Platinum 5, then Platinum 4, then Platinum 3, then Platinum 2, then Platinum 1. Then you've got Gold and blah, blah, blah. So everyone in Platinum maybe you do it like this: get rid of all the arenas, right? Then you got two arenas. One arena is let's just say one arena is for a champion, right? This is one alternative, right? One arena is for a champion, right? So you've got everyone in the master level, and this is based on a point system. So if you get a certain amount of points, maybe. So I don't know if you're able to score like I don't know if you're able to score above 60 million, you're guaranteed to get a 6-star version of that character. If you can score above, I don't know, let's just say 40 million, it will put you anything within the Platinum 1 to Platinum 5 bracket would guarantee you like a 5-star version of the champion. But it's just that the shards that you would get to follow would be a different different amount. Or shoot, even throwing some 6 stones. Throwing some 6 stones to arena rewards. Throwing some 6 stones because there's no other way to guarantee to get them. Throwing some six stones into arena rewards, please, man. But anyway, that's a suggestion. I personally, I don't think that champions should be, man. I feel like they should have one arena that focuses on rewarding you for like signature stones or units. Units is going to be the main thing. I think rewards from one arena, although they're in the milestones, I feel like even milestones, just have the rank rewards as like big chunks of units depending on where you finish, right? What brackets you're in, right? What tiers, what tier you end up in, right? And then have another arena where the rewards are like gold and glory points, right? So you can go to the glory store, you can grind arena. If you're someone that needs like rank up resources, you can grind arena for the gold and the glory store, and then literally you can like go to the glory store and just pick up what resources you need and add some 6 stones, add some 5-star 6 stones to the glory store, add some 6-star 6 stones to the glory store. We need that. Stop only putting them in deals, please, man. I feel like something needs to happen with arena to stop people from feeling like they need to go so hard that they lose out on sleep. They don't eat as much as they should. They're not taking in enough liquids because they're grinding this game non-stop for 3 days. Like that is not healthy. It's not healthy, Kabam. Like you shouldn't want that for. Yeah, I understand that you want your players to play this game actively and whatnot, but there's a difference between like your players playing this game a lot because they enjoy it and playing this game a lot because the game demands it. And that's what causes a lot of these people to get burnt out. The game just demands way too much time, man. Please, man. But anyway, those are just some of my suggestions. You know, I will bring up my boy Mixed, mention a sick idea. So he had like an idea. One of the other ideas I wanted to mention. So for Alliance Quest, one of the things that Kabam used to do, it was they used to have an alliance event, right? And it was like a 7-day event, and one of the rewards for the alliance was you was able to obtain champions, right, in the rank rewards. And you know, it's a little bit how the kind of gifting event works, but the champion reward was open to a lot more tier brackets, not just like, you know, top like 1% or something like that. It was, you know, a lot more alliances were able to get these rewards, right? So the reason why they had to stop it before was because alliances kept on like basically finding the loophole, was cheating and moving to lower rated alliances, putting in less work, essentially less points, and was still able to get these champions, right, from the rank rewards. Whereas obviously they've got things in place to stop things like that now. You know, like you look at AW, you have to be in the alliance for participate in the last 5 wars to be eligible for alliance war rewards. And I feel like, you know, they could implement something like that to make it so that, you know, like you know, everybody has to be active in the alliance for a certain period of time in order to be eligible for these rank rewards. So like, you know, that's another alternative. If you remove champions from the, what do you call it? If you remove champions from the arena. That is one way that you can implement you know, players being able to obtain champions. Obviously it is a lot of work from your whole alliance, but a lot of us are grinding the game like a lot anyway. So like, it's not to say that you need to like put in a massive grind, but I personally, like, I don't think there's a problem in a lot of the community obtaining certain champions. Like I said, it's not a PvP based game, so you're not gonna have that unbalance of a lot of players steamrolling over other players, and therefore it's going to cause a massive uproar and upset because players are just getting chowed down by Corvus and Ghost in arena, and they're not finding it fair. You know, this is not that type of game. So I don't see what the problem is. Like I said, I don't have a sort of really good idea for how else we can implement obtaining new characters other than obviously just buying crystals. But again, if we had an arena system where the rank rewards were a big chunk of units, then people would be able to think, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna buy some of those crystals with these units that I want from arena. Because yeah, don't get me wrong, okay, you get battle chips and you open up your battle chips and you have chances of getting units, but what are the chances, dude? Do you know how much battle chips I've opened and just got loads of gold? Like, honestly, man. So I do feel like we need some guaranteed somewhere within the game where we can guarantee to have like units as a reward, man. And I'm not just talking about like 100 from the milestones in the ring. I'm not talking about that. I mean like a big chunk. I'm talking about a big chunk, like 250 units as a rank reward for, sorry, that's, yeah, about, so let's say like 250 units on top of what you got from the milestones. That'd be nice, you know. That way you definitely be able to earn like close to 1,000 units just from like casually playing an arena throughout the week. Like, you know, that would be nice, man. That would be nice. But anyway, let me know you guys' thoughts, man. Let me know. I know you guys have got some amazing ideas, man. Some of you guys came through the live streams and you put in some amazing ideas. My boy Mix Kebab put in like an idea for like a point system base fight in AQ, and basically you gain points for the ways that you fought. So if you for every successful intercept that you pull off, you get like plus 500 points. I'm just saying the points off the top of my head. And then, like, you know, if you successfully parry, you might get a plus a certain amount of points. If you finish a fight with a lot of health, then you get extra bonus points. You know, just a little system like that. I can't remember off the top of my head exactly what the breakdown was, but it was an amazing idea. And, you know, things like that could definitely be implemented into this game. And, you know, we definitely want to see more of that, because I do feel like this game doesn't necessarily reward skilled players that much. And I feel like, you know, if you're someone that plays this game a lot and therefore you end up being quite skilled at it, it definitely, there should be, this game should kind of show that, you know, you should be able to, if you're a really skilled player, you should have a far more easier time in certain pieces of content than someone else. You know, not oh, I'm a really skilled player, so when I went into Abyss of Legends, I had to use 10,000 units. Like, what? Then how's a scrub like me gonna stand a chance? So I'm gonna have to save up 20,000 units, like, you know. So yeah, man, let me know what you guys' thoughts are, like. Let me know what you guys think of the ideas that I've shared. Obviously, if you don't agree with them, then just let me know in the comments below. If you do agree with part of some of the ideas, but you know, you have a kind of way to make the idea work even better, also let me know in the comments below, man, because at the end of the day, there is no right or wrong answers here. I feel like we need to kind of brainstorm and see what works, you know, realistically. Obviously, you know, we'd be lucky if Kabam obviously implement any of the ideas that any of us are putting forward, but we want to make it as like realistic based on like how the game mechanics work at the moment, and how something can just shift in, because the easier it is to implement these things, the more likely it is that we can get these things if Kabam listen. But it's been your boy Killer Beezy, man. Like I said, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, man. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, man. And that's going to be it for today, guys, man. Take care. Please stay safe, guys. And I'll see you guys in the next video, man. Peace.